Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well today. I want to take a video to talk about a decision the Seahawks are going to have to make in this upcoming offseason. It concerns one Jason Myers, the kicker, the about to turn 32-year-old kicker who has been an absolute roller coaster ride since he got to Seattle. When I say roller coaster ride, I kind of mean that in the best possible way. But here's the thing, you don't want your kicker to be like a roller coaster. Jason Myers is like a really good roller coaster, but you don't want your kicker to be like that. You want him to be a steady, smooth ride. So when I call Jason Myers a roller coaster, I'm acknowledging that he has his moments. But at the same time, I also have to acknowledge that there's a little bit of bumpiness on that path. So Jason Myers got here back in 2019. Seahawks decided to make him, at the time, one of the highest paid kickers in the league. And this was a controversial decision. He had basically had one really good year with the Jets where he made the Pro Bowl. Before then, he really wasn't particularly notable as a kicker. And we decided we were through messing around with also rans and has-beens and never wases, and we just wanted somebody who could be competent. So we went out to get Jason Myers, gave him a little under $4 million a year. And what has he done since then? He's had 1 year where he was approximately average, the first year, 2019. If you go back to 2019, look at field goal percentage for all kickers. Jason Myers chimes in at number 17 right here, the 17th spot out of 31 qualifying kickers. So, right near average. He didn't cost us any games with his leg. He mostly did his job. His extra points were a little below average, so maybe you'd call him a little below average as a kicker, but he was okay. He was fine. And then in 2020, he was probably the best kicker in the league. He made every field goal, including a 61-yarder. He did miss four extra points, which I'm not going to completely discount the value of that. But in terms of knocking home field goals, he was probably the best kicker in the league that year. Got robbed of the Pro Bowl. And, excuse me, you can see that the only other kicker in the league in 2020 that had 100% field goal make percentage was Mason Crosby, who kicked eight fewer field goals. So Myers was probably the best kicker in the league this year, even though the extra points were still a little bit rough. And then 2021 happened, and Myers was one of the worst kickers in the league. He missed three more extra points. More importantly, he missed a lot of field goals, more than a quarter of his field goals. So he went 17 of 23 on the year, which, if you compare him to every other kicker in the league, you can see he's near the bottom of the list. He's ranked at 27. Now, some of these guys only kicked in a handful of games. I understand throw them out, but that also goes for a lot of the people who were below Myers on this list. You can see that Crosby was below him, McLaughlin, the Cleveland guy, Matt Amendola, Logan Cook, and some of those guys are punters who just kicked like one field goal over the course of the year. So Myers was one of the worst kickers in the league in 2021. And then you get to 2022, and so far Myers has been one of the best kickers in the league again. He has made the Pro Bowl again. He has missed one field goal all year, which was not his fault. Bad snap, completely not on him. His field goal percentage is 96.4, which puts him right at the top of the league for kickers who have kicked more than four field goals. 96% is higher than everybody except for the guys who have only kicked like one, two, or three field goals this year. And he's made some long field goals, like the 56-yarder he made against, I believe it was the Saints. He's only missed one extra point, which actually puts him in rarefied territory as well. A lot of these kickers have missed more than one field goals. Only missing one, extra points. Only missing one is actually really impressive. So basically, what that contract has given us is two outstanding years, one middling year, and one terrible year. So here's the question. With everything I just said, knowing he's about to be 32, knowing how the position works, knowing what he's done, are you willing to extend Jason Myers for the future? Are you willing to re sign him, make him a Seahawk in 2023 and probably beyond? So let's look at some data here. First of all, Jason Myers' initial contract was about 4 years and 15.5 million. So on a average annual value basis, just under 4 million bucks. At the time, that was a lot of money for a kicker. Now, not so much. If you go look at the highest paid kickers in the NFL by their average annual value, you can see that Justin Tucker just got 6 million a year. Chris Boswell just got 5 million a year. Young Ho Koo got almost 5 million a year. Graham Gano got just over 4.5. So did Daniel Carlson. Fairbairn from the Texans got a little under 4.5. So if you want a kicker who is going to be able to sell himself on the season that Jason Myers is having, which is legitimately one of the best kickers in the league, these are the prices you're going to have to pay. You're looking at, I'd say, $5 million a year minimum over 4 years. So, would you do it? My answer, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Hell to the no. Absolutely not. Wouldn't even think about it. And the reason why I say that is pretty self-evident when you look at what Jason Myers has done since he got here. He is inconsistent. He's had 2 excellent years where he's been maybe the best kicker in the league. He's had 1 year where he was slightly below average and 1 year where he was terrible. The year where he was terrible, by the way, you could tie 3 of the Seahawks' 10 losses to his leg, at least partially. He didn't just miss kicks. He missed kicks that cost us the opportunity to win some games. So that was a very costly bad year that Myers had. If Myers doesn't miss those kicks, the extra point against the Titans, the kicks against the Saints, and the kick against the Bears, we might be in the playoffs that year. Now, maybe that was for the best in hindsight because it allowed us to move off of guys like Russell Wilson and kind of blow up the roster and get this really good draft class in here. But that obviously wasn't the plan at the time. So at the end of the day, Jason Myers is like almost every other kicker in the league. He is inconsistent, capable of being extremely good. But at the end of the day, you don't know what you're getting from year to year, from game to game, from month to month. It goes up and down. It oscillates. It goes way up, way down, way up, way down. And why would I pay a premium price for an inconsistent kicker? Why am I going to give 5, maybe 5.5 mil a year? Excuse me. Jeez. Why am I going to give 5, maybe 5.5 million a year to a kicker who I know is going to be inconsistent when I could go spend 2 million on a kicker who is also going to be inconsistent? I don't know what I'm going to get. What's the difference? What's the difference between Jason Myers and the best kicker in the upcoming rookie class? I don't think there's a big one. The only difference is Myers has done it before, but I don't care what he's done before. I'm paying him based off the expectation of what should be coming next. And I don't know what Myers is going to do next. We cannot say that he's guaranteed to become an elite kicker for the next decade the way Justin Tucker has been. Justin Tucker is one of those kickers who is consistent. Myers is not. So if you're giving me the option between Myers for 5.5 million a year or a rookie for not even $1 million a year, when I'm not positive either guy's going to be good, just give me the rookie and I'm happy with it. So that's my breakdown on the Jason Myers situation. Let me know what you guys think. I know some people are going to disagree. No problem with that, but that's how I feel. See you guys later. Go Hawks. What would you do with the upcoming Jason Myers decision?